Hello, welcome to MyWebUniversity.com, my secure website, as well as my English channel on YouTube, which is at MyWebUniversity, and my Dari channel is youtube.com at MyWebUniversity-Dari. So I have two channels. One is at MyWebUniversity, which I speak in English, and the other one is MyWebUniversity-Dari, that I speak in Dari, teaching you computer science courses, DevOps courses, IT, programming, operating system, command lines, and graphical interface. So at this time today, I'm going to be showing you how to install Go programming language, Node.js, and then also uh, Boot.dev command line. So for Boot.dev, you need Go language to be installed first on the operating system. All of these ones, I'm going to show Go language. As I mentioned, I'm going to be showing you how to install Go programming language, Node.js, on both Windows and Linux operating system, and I'm using Linux Ubuntu. So let's get started with this presentation. So you can see here on Windows, I'm going to be using winget package manager. This is the Windows package manager, and it's called winget, and it has a lot of syntax like winget search, winget install, winget info, and so on. And similarly for Linux Ubuntu is application package toolkit. So advanced package toolkit, you could also call it. But basically it is the Ubuntu Debian version of it, that you could just install packages and get everything from the repository of Ubuntu. Apt install, apt dash get install. You have a lot of the apt related parameters that I'm going to show you how to do it. And then the webi is also another newer modernized version that you can do it for using the web. There's a repository there. Go install is once you install the Go programming language, you can use Go install to install like boot.dev command line. And this one, you will just provide the full path where you install it. For example, on Windows, if you install Go programming languages, you use the winget package. You say winget install GoLang.Go. This is the name of the GoLang.Go. If you say winget list this GoLang.Go, it will show if it is installed on your system. Or you do winget search GoLang.Go, it will search what are the name of the Go language that are available for you to install. So when you do the Go install GoLang.Go, it will tell you at the end of it, say successfully installed. And then when you type in Go version, it will tell you the version that was installed for your machine at the time. Depending on which machine you downloaded and you get it, you get the AMD or 64 or x86. That is depending on your version and the version that at the time you downloaded. It is not dash version. If you say go dash version, it gives you syntax. But when you do that one with Python dash version or Node.js dash version, it works. So some of the programming languages or code like Java, Go, and other ones, you use Go without dash, you say version to get it. Similarly, on Ubuntu, when you do install Go programming language, all you do is change the winget to apt. And on Ubuntu, you need root privilege or sudo access. So you say sudo apt install. Install is the argument to apt get or apt program toolkits. And then you just say GoLang.Go is the package that you want to, or the module or the programming language, you could call it, is you install it. This one and then dash y means yes, don't prompt me. Automatically go silent mode installation. And then again, the Go version is similar on Ubuntu. You say Go version, and it will tell you the version that you have. For Node.js, you still use winget. The only thing that is changed, the name of the package. On the programming language Golang, you say Golang.this, and then now you say winget install OpenJS or OpenJS.NodeJS. And that would do the version of this. If you change this one to Code Light, then you could do that one. If you just, whatever package you do, for example, Notepad++, you just replace it with Notepad. If you want to search it, instead of install, do search. And instead of listing them, you could do list or show or info, all of that one is there. Go install, this one is for the boot.dev. Notice the boot.dev, it is in github.com under boot.dev, and then slash, this is all one word. Slash, don't just separate it into the next line, otherwise it would not work. And then you say boot.dev at latest. This at latest is automatically download the latest version of boot.dev command line for you from GitHub. And then Go programming language has to be up and running. When you install it on Windows or Linux, you just do this one, and then once the Go version produce the output, you just install it. And boot.dev login, if you have created a boot.dev environment for the boot.dev.com, then most likely you're logged on a browser. Then you can say on the command line boot.dev.login, and it will say successfully log into dev. Just a word of disclaimer, I'm not using this one as much at this time, because I have a lot of other programming languages that I'm interested in with Python, doing it, and a lot of that C, C++, Node.js, Go language. But boot.dev is very good environment also for you to test with Python modules and Go language. So if you are interested, there's a free version and there's a subscribe version that you pay for it. So the disclaimer is that I'm not telling you to pay for this one. Just it's your choice. The fact that I don't use it, that doesn't mean that you might not be, as a developer, interested in getting that service. So if you do, make sure you read the README files or what is the cost and everything. The free version does not give you, after a few chapters of practicing it, after a few you will not go forward more. Similar to like every other AI stuff like Gemini or Claude and other ones, they do give you a free version, but then it will be timeline like, okay, for today you have exceeded 90% of your work, and then in the middle of your production server, you don't want to just get stuck with something that you're waiting for them. And it's also whenever you use these AI stuff, please don't use it on your production environment. Do it on the test and the development IT, and make sure that you know what you're doing, because sometimes Gemini and Claude and other ones, they are very fast. They're very efficient, very helpful, but they also need your expertise on the other side, and they assume that you know what you're doing. And if you just cut and paste their code without knowing what the code does, it may just adversely lose some functionality of your website or a programming language that you're running, and all of a sudden program A, B, C works, but program D all of a sudden has a bug or an issue on it that is side affected somewhere that you didn't even test it. So be careful. Boot.dev is also, since it's a command line, it's a lot of coding you can do and practice then, but again, it's not free. So the next thing is I'm going to show you how to install Go and Node.js for developers on Windows and Linux Ubuntu, and then my boot-dev command line. In order to do that one, I just do all of this one, and I put it on youtube.com at MyWebUniversity, the English version, and youtube.com at MyWebUniversity. Thanks for those of you that have already subscribed and makes comment, and I appreciate it very much, and watch it. And please subscribe if you want to just get more of the videos that you like, and share it with your loved ones. So at this time, I'm going to go to the right side and cover more on the bash kind of syntax or Windows terminal command lines. So if you're on a Windows command line, most likely you could use winget package manager, whether it's you're on the DOS disk operating system, command prompt or at the terminal of PowerShell. You can type in winget install GoLang.Go, it will install it for you. And then once you say after installation completed, you type in Go version, and it will give you a version that is installed for your particular one. Then on Ubuntu, instead of winget, you use the application package tools. Advanced package tool, they call it. Sudo is required because you have to be root or sudo access in order to install any software on your machine. You can do it on your local disk somewhere on your own profile, but it is recommended to use sudo to just install more modules and application in the libraries stuff. So some of them, they test system files. That's why you need sudo. And then -y is going to give you a silent mode. It does not prompt you, do you want to continue or not? You just say automatically go for it. Every time you do any package on Linux with app, if you provide -y, then it's automatically going in silent mode. That's like for scripting is very good. Install boot.dev command line. In order to install boot.dev, again, you put the Go language. Once you install Go language, Go version is going to say that it's available. Now Go requires Go run, Go build, all of these arguments. Go install is one of the arguments. So if you want to compile a code, you just say Go build the name of the hello.go, and then it will just compile it. But if you want to say run it without the compilation, say go run hello.go, and it will run it like an interpreter. Once you need to compile it, you say go build and then hello.go, and it will create a hello.go from hello.go, hello.exec on Windows. And then on Linux, when you run it, obviously you can run the file command. The type of the file will show it's an executable link format. So in order to install boot.dev command line, you just type in go install github.com boot.dev boot at the latest. And then in order to just log into boot.dev, once the command line is available, you can type in boot.dev login, boot.dev run, boot.dev help, and so on. So one of them is boot.dev login, and it will just log into the boot.dev environment. And then after that one, you're logged on the boot.dev, so you can practice everything that you want. But again, this is not free for everything. It is only free for a few of the chapter practices. Just read the syntax and the documentation, make sure that you understand it. If you have a need for it, maybe you look for the reason why you would pay for it, but I don't need it. So I'm not going to buy it, or I'm not going to just use it that much. Maybe at a later date, if I do, I will just pay for it. At this time, I have enough on my website that I'm developing for you guys for free, and I'm paying for enough for website and everything. And I would really appreciate if you guys support the website and the storage and network. Everything that I pay for it is not free. It doesn't come for 25 years now, or 26 years. I have been hosting it, and thousands of people are using it. And there's more than 50,000 PDF technical documentation, more than 2,500 videos on the YouTube that I have also list them on my website, everything. So a lot of those ones are resources for students, developers, people that they cannot afford college tuitions and maybe expensive boot camps. So that's why I'm doing all of this one for free at my kind of vacation, holidays, and today is Saturday. I'm just sitting here at 10 p.m. and then I'm trying to make this video as in order to inspire some of our community students that they can still have a free education by just getting free books online from MyWebUniversity.com. There's hundreds of thousands of technical documentation just at MyWebUniversity, and if you want to learn Python or Go language or Ruby or DevOps, you don't need to buy books. Just go on my chapter 12 of the Direct Path to Linux Ubuntu, search for Python, and then after that, once you find the documentation, the PDF documentation that I present you has URLs that you can search for. Search for Control F HTTPS, and then once you search for HTTPS, all the URL that are referenced on the PDF file are just searchable. So that means that you will go to python.org website or Node.js.org website or any other website, GoLang, Lang or Ruby Lang or Perl.com. It will just take you to Java and GCC, OpenACC, all of them. It will take you and then you learn it, the code. I could show you if you haven't watched my other videos, you are not familiar with it, but if you have already watched it, you know what I'm talking about. So this course outline and this one is introduction and prerequisite. I already talked about the prerequisite, and you need to install Go language in order to do the DevOps, Boot.dev command line, and at the same time you have to do on Linux Ubuntu, you have to have a Linux Ubuntu operating system, which I'm going to show you all of that one also. And then similar for installing Go on Windows, you need winget package manager. You can do it. Also, you have a graphical interface from their website. You can go to Node.js.org or download it, or GoLang.org and download it. Or you could just do a package manager of the operating system. In case of Windows, use winget. In case of Ubuntu, use apt, and instead of Fedora, Red Hat, and Rocky distribution, use DNF. Yum was the older one. DNF is the newer version. So you can use all of those ones to get your job done. Install Go on Windows and Linux. Basically, we use apt. And then installing Node.js on Windows, you could install winget using Node.js, and it's OpenJS.NodeJS is what the package name is. Here you say install Node.js on Linux Ubuntu, install Boot.dev command line, and that's presentation page 6, and then run first boot.dev lessons. This I may not practice this one because I'm not going to continue after login session. If you are interested, then you just have to read the documentation on it there. And then outro resource and the resources. I'll show you what are the resources available on MyWebUniversity.com, like for example Node.js or Go language documentation, or any other programming language, Ruby, Java, C, C++, Python, anything. So winget is the package manager that I'm going to use again for installing it, and it comes on Windows 10 and version 11. It's built in, so you don't have to worry about it. And apt is also Debian package manager. DPKG is the mother of all packages on Linux Ubuntu. There's advanced package tools, or advanced package tools, and then this one is kind of a package manager. There's another one called Snap, a package manager, and then DBKG is the mother of all packages. So when you install a Linux Debian distributions, which is Ubuntu, for example, or Linux Mint or any other ones, as soon as you install it, it comes with DPKG. And then most of it, they also come with apt and Snap. But if it is not there, you can use DPKG to install any other package. And once installed apt, there are some package or repositories apt, some of them are Snap. So depending on which, like Firefox is Snap package. You can also get it as apt package. So this is what is important. The webi is webinstall.dev website. you go here and then a universal one-line installer. This is kind of more modernized or universal because you don't have to go on a particular machine that is using the web. Web install.dev is like a repository for developers. Nowadays is available. On the old days, we used to use sunfreeware.com for Sun Solar's stuff, and we were using for RPM Finder for the Linux Red Hat stuff. But a lot of those ones were not as efficient. This is a little bit more efficient because it's kind of like work with a lot of the packages. To be honest, I haven't used it much to just say how efficient it is, but you can practice it, test it, what you do. It says always fish the latest stable version because this one is just the latest and greatest. So if you need the one from the Node.js or Go language to just a version that is older, then you have to get it from the source normally. And you could get it from their website, GoLang.org or Python.org or Node.js.org or Rubylang.org. .com or something, right? So GoLang command line, you just basically when you say install it, you can say go install. After go is installed, you can say install, and then whatever is installed, go tools directly from source. Power the boot.dev command line install. That's important. So check Windows winget version. If you want to just get the winget version on Windows, you put winget -- version. And if you want to just do winget search, you could search it and then give the name of package. When get installed, you will install it, and so on. A lot of the winget -- help, it will give you all the syntax. When get installed, GoLang you will install it on Windows core language programming. And then you type in Go version and you get the version. Once you install the version, normally this one gets installed on your user profile. Under user profile, under Go directory, there's a bin directory and go.exec is and there. So some of the binaries like format and Go and other ones, since they come in here, all you need to do is add Go binaries to your path. The system path has to know it. So once you add this environment path, this is a very nice way that you can just force it to say environment : set environment variable and path. And then notice that environment, which is on PowerShell, is an environment. Then path is the path that is defined inside this environment. This class is appends it. So in addition to what is the environment, it runs the semicolon, then it says environment now adds after this path. This was existing path. This one is just adding the new programming language Go/bin path into that one with the user environment. So if this is done from the command line, you could just cut and paste this line. But however, you can go on the start menu and type in environment or settings, and under setting, go to system environment and modify your environment and path environment variable system path, and then just add this line. So under your home directory, user profile is not defined, but you know who you are. And then you could just say, go browse to that one, add go bin, and do that one. Similarly, if you have to do that one on Linux Ubuntu, you use advanced package tools. And then here you do sudo apt update. This apt update will update your system. If your system is not up to date, some of your repository needs to be updated before GoLang.Go is searchable or installable. That's why you do sudo apt update. Notice this is update, not upgrade. Update is to just make your repository up to date. But when you do upgrade, then if you have Ubuntu 22.02, you want to upgrade it to 04, then you're just upgrading it. So this is update. Update is just going to do all the repositories, making sure that when you run app install GoLang.Go, it will go to the Debian distribution repository and find this package and may say, oh yeah, I found it. If you don't see it, and you can do app search, and it will search for that module or that package that you're looking for. Once you have this option, you can say -y, automatically install it for you in silent mode. Go version, like Windows, it will give you the version of Windows there. So this is similar to the environment variable path that is there on Linux. In Unix and Linux, you could use the echo command here. You could say echo and then use the export, because this is the export is a bash path here. Notice that there's an equal sign, there's no space. That means it's not using the C shell, it is using the bash. Bourne shell, corn shell, and bash in ZSH has this syntax. C shell and true C shell, there's no equal sign here. So that's the difference there. But notice that you say the existing path, which has $sign path, gets there, and colon, then append $sign home, which is the profile of the user, go /bin, that binary. And notice this one is double greater sign, meaning that append it, don't override the .bash or C. And this tilde is telling me the home directory of the user that's currently logged on. And this one, it doesn't have sudo. So it is, if I'm logging as /home, as Wahid, my home directory would be /home/Wahid. And then this tilde would automatically replace the /home/Wahid to with this tilde, then look for a file, hidden file called .bash or C, born against shell run control. That's RC stands for run control. So all the syntax like this export command, set your bash environment, every time you log into your Linux machine, your .bash or C automatically runs. If you're a Bourne shell profile with your home directory. If you're using C shell, the .cshRC runs. If you're true C shell, that .cshRC runs. This RC stands for run control again. The name of the shell is whatever shell you're using. If you're using shell, like you run the get end password and then your user ID, it will tell you you're using your default shell is either bash or Bourne shell or corn shell or C shell or true C shell or ZSH, whatever you set it, then that one will find an equivalent for that one. Since this one is using bash or C is the default one. If it was using C shell or true C shell, would be .cshRC. So then you source it, and it, if you do it the first time and you did not log out, you could have to source it. It automatically runs it. But if you log out from that terminal, and then this source will automatically run. Sorry. And then this side is method B as the webi latest installation version. So if you use the webi, you get the latest one, but notice that you're using Curl. Curl is very good programming language also, and it's also a very good utility that you can download software from the web and you can install software from the web. You could check website securities, vulnerability, HTTPS, whether it's running. You can check some ports, some URLs, some IP address, how you do it. On the old days, you would do telnet and other ones, but telnet and let's say secure FTP and other ones, you could always do those ones, but telnet is not secure. You can do clear text on it, and it is an issue. But right here, winget is another tool that you could use also. But curl is very efficient here. You could type in -s, which means silent, and the uppercase S is the scripting. So you could just say find out HTTPS webi.sh. This is like you see the .sh GoLang. This is already written on their web server, which is webi.sh and GoLang. This URL is going to be run, then it's parsed to this pipe which is the Bourne shell, is going to get executed on your terminal, and it's going to just as if you had already downloaded this one, and it's going to fetch it into this Bourne shell command line, and then it's executing in the installation for you. This is a silent mode installation -s lowercase s. Source tilde.bash or C, again, once you install it, then you source it because you already updated. And the way you updated your .bash or C here is right here again, and this is syntax. I explained it already. And notice this one and this line is the same. So you're just basically understanding this already. And then Go version, it will just show you the version of it. So the next thing is that how do you install Node.js on Windows using winget? So to do that one, you basically use again winget package manager, search Node.js, and it will list all the Node.js version there. You could say winget search Node.js or Node or OpenJS or Node.js or anything, code light. Then you will see a Node Lite or whatever package name that you're searching, it will search it for you with a winget search command. Installing Node.js, basically long-term support. This LTS stands for long-term support. In order to install it, you get winget install OpenJS.NodeJS. This is the package that you're doing it, and if successful, it will tell you the syntax. It is successful. And if you do the search, it will list the ones that are found out with your matching search. Reopen terminals and verify both tools. So basically, if you install it, open another terminal. So once you open another terminal, Node.js is already searchable on your system. It is, if you type in which node, it will show you the path, and the file, that path /node, it will show you. At the same time, when you install Node, also install Node Package Manager, NPM, and on Node Package Index executable, NPX. So you can do a Node -- version. This, and it says that when this one is successful, also run this. So then you can also do and npx -- version. You get the 3 version of it. This is a quick executable line of code. Like Python, you say -c, and then Node, you say -e for execute. And then this is console.log function. You just put any string inside this code, and it will just run that code for you in order to do a quick test. You could also type in Node and just check further, like operating system, that I've shown you a lot of those videos, and so you can practice a lot of them. And then for method A, this one is for Node.js on Linux Ubuntu. For Linux Ubuntu, you use apt. First, you update your repository, apt update, then sudo apt install Node.js npm and -y. And this one is saying that go ahead and install Node.js and npm package manager and Node package manager, and -y means yes. The same thing, you just say Node -- version or npm -- version and npx -- version. You can do all 3 of them together. And if you wanted that web interface, you could also, then web interface is basically for node sources. Sometimes you need a particular version of it to just get that version. So you get it from debian-nodesources.com. And this URLs could change every time, so nobody's going to memorize URLs. That's why I posted here. It may not work for you because at some point, if it is too late, that your this site is not having it or they upgraded it, just look for them on their website, and then you could just look for these ones with AI stuff or Google search or something. You will find it. It's a kind of like easy search. Curl is the command, again, is doing this one. This -f means -fail. If this one is not there, fail safe. This is what does. It's -s lowercase is silent mode, run it in silent, and then notice this one, sudo -e bash and then dash. this dash at the end of the bash saying that read it from input file. Whatever is the argument passed on here, then execute that one in the bash and then born again shell. So apt install Node.js-y. This is a very easy. You could install it that way. And then node dash version or npm dash version or npx dash version. You get all of that. So next one is install and use the boot.dev command line. To install the boot.dev, be careful because it is not free all the way. You might get the first few chapters for free to practice it, but after a while, and then they don't have the other chapters available. So just to make sure you read what you're doing, and if it is for you and you are using it, that's great. If not, don't have to just set up the environment. Install require Go language first. Once you install the Go language, you just say go install. This one, the URL, you have to either have it at the time or memorize it or just get it from this URL, github.com boot.dev/bootdev at latest. So any package that you install with Go, that is somewhere on the github.com, you have to have the full URL in order to find what you're downloading. Add to a path. This one is similar to .bash or C earlier we were talking about, but notice this one is the home directory of Go and Ben. .bash or C, and this is exactly what we did earlier. So in order to do this one for add to the path, and then this is just says add this user profile on Windows, go Ben to your system path. This you might just have to type in on the start environment to find the system path. You go under system and under environment, search for path, and then once you find it, then you can put this one, then open a terminal. After you executed it, the next one, your terminal will have the go/bin in there. Then you can run go version, it will work for you. And then in order for you to run the command line of boot dev login, this is boot dev login, you have to have a login on bootdev.com. If you have already created an account, and then it's going to work, otherwise this will not work. So that's only available for people that do it. Here, boot dev version is another option. Boot dev help, it will give you all the help. And then the quick reference here, boot dev login, I just stated boot dev version will show you command line version. Boot help list all the commands. Boot dev run the listen test locally. And that when you do help, it will show you a lot of these commands like run, submit your solution. So a lot of these options are there. Notice that whether you use Docker, you use Amazon Web Services, or you use any kind of cloud software or any type of Python or any other one, the language, the command line is the easiest way. And then you just have to know how to write some programs. Once you're a programmer or C, C++, and Go language, then these commands, line syntax, become a piece of cake for you. It's not as hard. People that they don't code, it might be too hard for them to understand how many parameters I have to do this. This is not easy, is it? No, it is easy. You just have to understand the concept. Once you understand the concept and you know some programming language, you write a for loop, a while loop, a if statement, a branching, condition, functions, modules, and this and that. All of that one. And if we do it on one programming language, another programming language is just a different syntax. So the syntax is all the same. I mean, the syntax is all different on every programming language. Semantic, the logic of it is has to work. Whatever if statement is going to get your logic working on one programming language, if you change it on another one, the syntax is the same. It works. I mean, the syntax is different, the semantic is the same. So on Windows, you use a win and git install. This is like a summary for command cheat sheet. For Windows, when git install Golang. For Ubuntu, apt install Golang-Y. And then for the web interface, I'm going to demonstrate the Windows and the Linux. I'm not going to demonstrate the curl part and the some of other ones like WebDev, another one. I mean Boot.dev, another ones, because there's no need to. I don't know if you're going to use it or not, but if you do use it, it's the documents commands are here. Go install GitHub, and then this is the latest for Linux, how you export the path and then log in to the boot, and then how you check the boot dash version and boot help commands here. So this is basically you did it. And how you're going to use it, you go to install Windows, Go on Windows and Ubuntu. Also install Node.js on Windows, Ubuntu, with the boot.dev command line, and then log into it, and then first boot.dev lessons from terminal. This part, I leave it up to you for you to practice it. If you do boot.dev, you have to have an account. I cannot demonstrate it. I did have create an account, but I don't want to continue on that one, as I mentioned earlier. YouTube.com at MyWebUniversity is my website, and YouTube.com at YouTube.com at MyWebUniversity is my YouTube channel. In English, YouTube.com at MyWebUniversity. Dari is my Dari or 4C language YouTube channel, and then MyWebUniversity.com is my main website that has reference on these ones, and a lot of technical documentation, more than 50,000 of them in PDF and more than 50,000 in HTML. And for all of them, you can also access hundreds of thousands of other ones. So before I go, I like to just show you the websites first. The YouTube channel is this one. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. As I mentioned, I have more than 2,100 videos on English, and you're welcome to learn it. It's all college level courses that you will pay a lot at bootcamp, whether it's SQL database or Red Hat Linux or Linux Ubuntu or Python or C, C++, Python installer, how to make packages on Python that are executable on Windows or Linux, and then so on. A lot of the videos are here, well, even Solar's operating system, Rocky Linux, how to make PDF files. There's a lot, to be honest with you. And then you're welcome to watch them and learn it. At the same time, if you're speaking Dari or 4C from Iran, Afghanistan, and then I'm originally from Afghanistan, and then from Kabul, Afghanistan. And I finished my high school in Kabul, Afghanistan. I had to leave during the Russian war, unfortunately. And then luckily, I end up in the United States, and I graduated from both computer science degree, Bachelor of Science and Master of Science in Computer Science from Cal State Fullerton. And I also taught about 8 years part-time on Cal State Fullerton, and then National University, and then Computer Learning Center, and a few years at Pasadena City College, Python, C, C++. I have taught a lot of courses, operating system, compiler courses, databases, C and Python and Bash and this and that. But whether I'm here for to just make your life easier, because I couldn't afford to pay for expensive book at the time. I had a hard time, and I know some of you might have it. So if you go on my website, you say, okay, this MyWebUniversity.com, what is special about it? First, you can get to all the videos that I just showed you on English and also on Dari, which was this one and this one. The second one is the direct path to Linux Ubuntu. This is my online book that has 15 chapters. The whole 50 chapters online for free, available for you. You can practice Linux Ubuntu online using chapter 2 for basics, chapter 3 for intermediate, and chapter 4 for advanced, and chapter 5 for shell scripting. At the same time, and then you have technical documentation for a lot of them, Linux Ubuntu, Linux manual pages dynamically, and then Linux Ubuntu manual pages in PDF formats, C, C++, include header files, and then the Linux Rocky, Linux Red Hat, just each one of these one like 12,000 technical documentation on them. And then the dynamic generation is the one that you should be definitely using it. For each of these ones, you could go earlier. I was telling you that you could search for anything, and I'll just generate for you the technical documentation online for free, PDF version of the manual pages technical documentation. Then chapter 13, chapter 14, chapter 15 is basically you can practice Linux online, all of them online for free. So if you click in here, you just say, okay, run the command date for today and date. You will see the date is right there. You can see, like show me the calendar command. You could get the calendar. Show me the calendar minus B5, 5 months before this month. You say, show me the calendar minus A2. Show me 2 months after this month, May, June, and July. So you can see that, like, if I just say cat minus n etc os dash release, what operating system you're running on the Linux web server. Notice I type in this command on the command line in my program that I wrote in Linux Python script. This one parse this argument that you're putting in, and it just gives you the output on your browser. So Linux on the browser, if you type in like ls -l, I will give you this. But if you say df-h, it will give this. The command, sorry, df-h, I did not type it correctly. So if you don't type the command correctly, it's not going to do it. But if you just say man df, for example, it will give you the manual pages for that. And man ls command, you will see the ls command. Man pwd command, everything that you do, you are just in front of this interface I provided. This is only one chapter 15 of my book. So if you come in here on chapter the direct path to Linux Ubuntu, and I say I provide you the dynamic generation of PDF files, you might be like, what? How useful is this one? Yeah, it is really, really helpful. So typing kernel shell here, and notice that I list a lot of commands you can type in. You just say get the manual pages. Now I just generated the kernel shell on PDF. Let's see if the kernel shell is not there. Most likely kernel shell is not installed on my package. Recently I upgraded it. So let's see, cat -n etc os -release. And then that is Linux Ubuntu. I used to have 24, had installed the kernel shell. So let me show you how easy it is. So now I say which kernel shell it is not showing, right? That means the kernel shell is not there. So then I say apt install kernel shell. This is going to install that kernel shell right there. And then I say, okay, that is great. Now on the user user share man manual pages already installed and the share command line for kernel shell. So now kernel shell is there, man kernel shell is gonna just produce here. So at the same time on the browser, if I type in kernel shell here, it will just this time it's gonna generate the kernel shell command right there. And now you can get a PDF version of the manual pages. How awesome is that one, right? No Google, no other companies have done this one. Hopefully Google and other ones will see the impact of this is really, really big. The reason I say this is the whole internet is at your fingertips. You don't need to buy books or something. And I was telling you that you can do search. So you go Control F and then type in search HTTPS. HTTPS, and then this one does not have any manual pages on it, but let's say if ZSH is there or not. If ZSH is there, ZSH, and then ZSH is not there. So I'm gonna also do install ZSH. if you type in man ZSH, it's not going to show which ZSH is not there. Now I say apt install ZSH. So this is how easy it is to install a package there. Since I'm showing you how to install apt with Go, then I could just do the same thing here on the programming language. So this one is just another example of it on Linux Ubuntu. And by the way, I'm on the same server that I'm showing you here. So now I say which ZSH is there, man ZSH is going to show. And then here, now I say man ZSH is going to work because my program is going to find the man ZSH. Then I just generate a PDF version of it. And notice here, you could do Control F HTTPS. And then it's very useful information. So you don't have to go to buy books. Look, zsh.org, I took you to the website that is there. All the things that you want to download is here. If you just say, take me to the main zsh.org website, you just change that one. Now you're on zsh.org. If you want to get technical documentation from United States, where we are, I am at least, and then you go to the documentation manual, and then you get say which one, and the PDF version, it's right there. And notice how many pages it there, 551 pages. So you don't need to buy a book to learn ZSH. If you say, Wahid, this is just for ZSH or Bash or Corn Shell or this and that, can you give me something like Python? Yeah, just type in here Python. And since I downloaded recently Python 3.14, the latest version, now this one is gonna just generate the Python 3.14 version here. At the same time, this is 7 pages. You say, okay, Control F, HTTPS. Now you have these URLs. The programming language I wrote here, man to PDF. This is basically a Python program that I wrote that automatically generate these PDF files on the fly. So now it is just this URLs code reusability of object-oriented. It allows you to just go to any URL. Notice all of them are clickable. So if I want to go to docs.python.org, it takes me to the docs.python.org and version 3. And now if I go to tutorial, and I can learn anything I want. So if I want to just learn more or less, you just practice it there, and all kind of less comprehension list and this and that. This is just a fruit example. You assign it there. So then you say, Wahid, this is great. I could just go to the python.org documentation, everything. How about something like Go language? You mentioned that is Go. So let's see if I have go-build. If the manual pages I have installed it, it will find it. Yeah, I have done already installed the Go language. So right here, if I just go here, quick, clear screen, man, and Go, and then the Go language is already there. You can see here. Similarly, I go-build is providing you documentation here. So then again, Control F here, type in HTTPS, and then GoLang.org and go to their website. And notice now I'm on the GoLang.org website, go.dev, and then reference and all of that. And you click on the documents here and then just say user manuals, the whole installation, everything is there. You go say install Go, and then this is, if you want to do it on the their website, it shows you how to install it from there, how to download it, and this and that. So a lot of them are there. If you want to learn it, you go here. A lot of these things are very, very intuitive. So if you go to MyWebUniversity.com, click on the direct path to Linux Ubuntu, click on chapter 12, then you say, what about Ruby, for example? You say Ruby programming language. Is it there? Yeah, if it is not there, I can install that, but I already have done it. So now you can see here, there. Control F again, type in HTTPS. Now you're saying go, notice 2 out of 6. So I am on this one, go ruby-lang.org is the website, and now I'm on the Ruby website. Isn't that cool? You could learn the documentation, go to the docs, and then thousands of them. So let me show you on my MyWebUniversity, if you're looking for Node.js, for example, you type in Node here, and then I generate you Node.pdf file on the fly. And it's 12 pages here. You read all of it, you say, that's great, but I want to go to Node.js.org. At the bottom on the C also section, there's all these references. If you search for HTTPS, obviously, you can find it wherever it is referenced under bugs, like this one or other ones. So now you see also, you go to Node.js.org, and then here's the Node.js website. This is the whole internet at your fingertips. You just come in here, click on the hamburger menu, click on docs, and then search it, and then learn it, and then practice all these modules. Like I showed you, if you go on the OS module, all of these functions are available, the constants, variables are available, every one of them. So if you want to say, give the OS type, you just see OS type is this, OS uptime and other ones, they're all functions. So all you have to do is, when you install the node, for example, and you say get dash command node, and that is showing that node executable is on Node.js and the program files is installed. So if I type in node here, that is on inside node. And then if I say exit out, node dash version, it tells me the version. npm and dash version will show me the version of node package manager. And then npx dash version is there. So if I want to say node and then -e execute one line and then say console.log, that function, then use the double quote here. Inside this console, I'm going to use single quote and then say hello from a Node.js. So then you could say this one and then close this one, and it will just say hello from Node.js. How simple is that one, right? Similarly, like Python, you say Python dash version, you could see that is there. And if I just want to execute that command, I could say get into Python, let's get onto the node first, node, and then you say console.log, and then you say hello world. So if you want to just say one thing, then you just do that one. Exit out, exit out. But if I don't want to exit out, I will say os.type, and I want to just get the type of this one. It says Windows operating system. os.user info, that's also showing you as a function. Then you get all the information for this one. You press tab and then automatically show you all the method and functions that are available with operating system OS module there. You can see how easy it is there, right? So I could say OS just do the version and then do this one. And then you have to do it with a function. It is a function, Windows 11 Pro there. And if you just say .exit out of here and then say system info, find string /I and then OS version, OS name, this is gonna say show that the Windows 11 professional there. Right there, Windows 11 professional. And this profile that I got it from user info, that is also, if you do echo percentage user profile, percentage, it is not giving you, but you have to do, because I'm inside PowerShell, you have to do echo $env colon user profile. Yeah, user profile, and that would give you the user profile. If you're on a DOS command prompt, this echo would have worked. So for example, I type in CMD command prompt of DOS, Now I'm on a DOS profile. So then if I say echo percentage path, this is going to give me path. If I say user profile, that is going to work there. So depending on which environment you are, different syntax. If I say here echo path, $path, it's not going to work. The way you do it on the Windows, you say PowerShell, you say $env :path, and that would give you. And then if I inside Python, for example, you say Python, get Python, then say import sys, and then say sys dot version info, that would give me the Python version information. Sys dot platform would tell me the platform. Sys dot executable, the Python executable path. All of these ones are done. So if you're in the PowerShell here, you say get dash command Python itself, it tells you where the path of that one is on the Python executable. And that was right here. So depending on which operating system, which programming language, and which version you're using, there's option to do everything there. So just to show you that when get command dash dash helps, notice that all of these ones are parameters that you can use for when get. When get install, show, source, this. There's so many of them. And then also there's also flags that you can pass on with dash dash version. For example, if you say when get dash uppercase V, when get dash dash version, it will tell you the version, or you could just say uppercase V and dash V. You see there's one dash V, right? So right here, when get dash V. Dash V is not giving you display a version of the tools. Dash lowercase v. So this is also case sensitive. And then the dash version is there. So you don't have to memorize these syntax. You just say when get dash help and pipe more, and then you will see one screen at a time, and you can just see all of them. Like dash V is lowercase and dash version. Some of the commands on Windows is not case sensitive, but some of them are there, like programming languages for Go language, it is case sensitive. Java is case sensitive. C is case sensitive. But Python is case sensitive. However, you could do something like Windows operating system commands, they don't care what type in. So if I could type in when and get dash dash help like that, it is still gonna give me the syntax. If I just say dash dash version, this is gonna still tell me. Notice this one dash dash version is gonna give me. So dash V for some reason has to be lowercase. See, the dash uppercase V does not work, and then lowercase v works. So they should have that flag there. On Linux, you can always create an alias for it to do it, to work on both ways. And then on this one, you can also combine it with alias. Set alias is get alias. So on Linux, on the PowerShell, is get alias for all listed. So like if I type in pwd, print working directory, is a Linux command, but it also get dash location will give you the same thing. So if I say get dash command and get dash location, it is actually a commandlet. This is a commandlet, get dash location. But alias pwd is an alias that's pointing to get dash location. So I will teach you also PowerShell, Python, Okay, if some part my audio was not showing, I don't know if it was recorded or not, but you can always see the command lines, and there's enough examples you will understand it, and hopefully it's not kind of muted. But I'm going to just continue now. I have updated the audio. So let's get to the when search command, when get search command. So in this case, I'm going to say when get search, and then I'm saying go dash lang, GoLang. GoLang.Go is the one. So I just omitted the .go. You see, it still finds it, right? So GoLang is the GoLang.Go and everything. So right now I say when get list GoLang.Go. See if it is already installed or not. If it is installed, it will show you that when get is already installed there, right? So then I say get a dash command go. This is going to say that where Go language is done. Under program files, go bin and then go.exec. So if I just say echo $env, I have set already put the path there, and then I could say look at my path, and you can see that go.ben is right there somewhere. Okay, so if I just say do a find on this command, on PowerShell you can do a find string /I and then go, and that will find it that the whole line matched it right there. And I could also send it to a file, say t.text, for example. Now type t.text, temporary.text, directory t.text. It did not get created, so let me just see why. And then I could say send this one to this file, and then type t.text. It is actually not creating it. Let me do this one, to greater sign dev null. It's not understanding that in the syntax of it. So let me say if I could do T on it. So you could say this one and then pipe it, that command, pipe it to T and then C colon. I have access on this one, so T.text. Now see, let's see, T.text got created. Yeah. So you could do a T, and if you say alias T, that is T object. It is writing to in the file, right? So the T object will create that file. Now type T.text and it's there. Cat T.text is there. Alias cat, you see all of that one are there. So I say open the T.text and code T.text. I'm just using code, which is the Visual Studio Code, to observe that one. And then here, since I have the full path here, I could do a /search. If I have installed Vim of VI improved, then I could say search it, and then notice here right away I had highlights where Go bin is there. So that's how easy it is. I'm going to close this one. We already saw it. And the other thing you could do is say code h.go, and then right here, and then instead of this one, function print hello. For now, I'm going to just say function main. Just make it main, so I could just execute that on hello from Word. This is just one standalone program that we just did, and close this one. Now type code say h.go. It's there and function. Okay, now I should be able to say go run h.go, and it should say the output that I want to see, hello world from Go. That is just one program. And then if I just want to loop it or something, I could do that one. That's different syntax. But now notice this is just like an interpreter version of it, go run. And because every time you say go run, it's going to run that statement. However, the cat h.go, that program actually is more than just Go programming interpreter. You want to make an executable out of it. In order to make an executable, say go build and then h.go. Now I will have a h.go.exec out of that one. So the h.exec is actually, when you run it, h.exec is executable length format and it is binary there. So that is like a very quick how to run Go there. But at the same time, we could demonstrate Node.js stuff. So let me just go to this directory here, clear the screen, and I'm going to say get dash command node there, and you can see Node.js is there. So when get search a node, you will say that it's those packages are there, right? So when get search and then Node.js, you can see that it is a list of them, baked list of them, right? So I could say get dash command node there, and then npm, and then npx, node package manager, node package executable, all of them are available here. So if I say node dash version, it is there. And then node npm dash version is there. npx dash version is there. So all of them are there with the version that is there. You can also run all these commands together, version, and then and meaning that also run the npm and dash version, and then and use npx dash version. And also you could say and Python dash version and Go version. So notice that I did something as a typo. Let's see, yeah, this right there is npm. The and did not work. So let's see why. So the node npm, I'm gonna just try only the first two. Let's go from here. I might have typoed something. Let's just check only these two first. Yeah. Python dash version is there, but then you could say and Go version. Yeah, and the double and the Linux on PowerShell does not work. Yeah, the double, but on the PowerShell on Linux it does. So let me show you on Linux how you do it. Here you could just get into Linux, and then I log in on Linux. So Linux, when you are doing installation on Windows, you can run Windows update by just saying update, and then it will check your Windows system for update. Check for update, you click on it, and now my system is up to date. I don't have to check it. But for Linux, when you see the message saying that software needs to be installed, if you just say install now, you could do it, and then it will just run the update for you. Or you could just say remind me later. You could do it from command lines. You could do it yourself. And then this one, when you install it from the GUI, it might prompt you for a sudo password because it requires system privileges, right? So I'm going to click on this one to see what is going to prompt me. Sometimes, yeah, it's prompting me here, right there. So I have to have the sudo root access here. If you don't have it and you click on it, it's not going to do it. But this is a very efficient way that graphical interface for those of you that like the GUI interface rather than command line, you could do it. But if you're on the command line here, you become root once, like right here. So I don't have to right now become root. I'm going to leave this one here, and then I'll show you afterward how we do it. But the reason I came in here to show you like Python, that version, and saying Python is not installed, but Python 3 is installed, right? Python 3 dash version, and oh, sorry, look at that typo. Python 3 that version was showing me the version. Wow, look at the keyboard combination. I'm typing too fast maybe, or my keyboard is just adding extra character at a time. Okay, dash. Okay, so compared to what I type in, it's very slow. Okay, I waited because this one is working, and I'm waiting that. Yeah, Python 3 dash version. I do type it slow and it works, right? So if I say node dash version, it will show me that one. But in Linux, you can type in more than one command with the and symbol. Since the first one works, you could say also give me this one and node and dash version, and then it will show those ones. And then you say and Go version. Since the Go version is not there, it will just say that software needs to be installed. And notice here that is you want to just continue with installation, you can do a snap info go or apt install go. So in order to install that one, because I'm running the update, once this one is done, I can just do the part that is for Go language. So at this time, I'm going to just wait for this one to finish. And if you just do this one apt, sorry, apt, oh my God. I think it's just thing has to be lower than the other one. So it doesn't mess up my typing. Yeah, that's the problem. Apt install. Oh my God, it's still a problem. So I'm just gonna wait for it because a lot of the characters from the GUI it's just messing it up. Yeah. So you can just close here this terminal and then right click here and open a terminal. And then just wait for it and CD to the root directory here. I mean to the current directory, pwd. Oh, pwd. Okay, clear screen. Typing very slow now. Echo and $sign pwd. Echo $home. I'm going to show you these ones. ID-un. ID-un. Who am I? Who am I? So all of these ones get in. Let me just type it slowly. Get and password. And then if I say the same thing with just one user, once that typo is a problem. I just have to type in real slow. So you can see Ubuntu is having a problem with this two software running update at the same time, and then the keyboard is doing it if I type it a little bit too fast. So if I just say winget, not winget, get end password and then Wahid, it will tell me that one. I could also say get end password $sign ID-UN. That will also show me Wahid. If it allows me to type in one dash. Why didn't I just leave this one alone and just comment on it back on Windows? So we will go there again there. So Node.js, you can say when you get Node.js, you could see that it's Node.js is already in there. And then you could say search for Node.js, and it will show what is the packages for Node.js that are installed. But if I just have too many listed here and say go open js.node.js, and that is a shorter list. I can say open node.js. So some of the packages names you just have to see on the documentation. I think it's open Node.js or something. Let me just see the name. But on the website, you can always get it from easily from whatever name it is there. So install Node.js is OpenJS.NodeJS. And these words, developers keep changing it. It's nobody's fault, the developers. OpenJS.NodeJS. So here, if I just now this one it says that the software is installed, and I say remind me later. I don't want to do more. And then on Windows, the command is winget Node.js open. I forgot again. Node.js is OpenJS.NodeJS. So search OpenJS.NodeJS. That is the packages that we have installed in there. And if I just change the search to list to see if it is there, you can also do info or show. And then let's see if the show is going to show you the package since it's installed, and show, and this one will show the details there. So you could do a lot of the information there. At the same time, if you know that this is installed, you can also use it. I showed you the node with the echo and other commands. You don't have to be on this directory to do it. I could go to program files and then cd to Node.js. And then right here, notice that Node.js modules are there already installed. So with npm, I just installed a package under Node modules to just show you some examples of fireworks, for example. Here, when you type in this fireworks, I installed it already. So the way you install it, you use npm install and then fireworks, like the name of the package, like that, and then it will just install it for you. Since it's already installed and it just says 0 vulnerabilities found and 2 packages in the list. Now, if I do a directory here, that fireworks is updated. So I go fireworks directory here. Notice under fireworks, this this module, and then this is the directories and that are there. Inside these ones are the actual directory that will make fireplace or fireworks for you in JavaScripts there. And this README file is actually tells you the syntax of how you can run it here. So you could say npm fireworks, and then after that one fireplace, and then -1 to run it indefinite mode. And if it doesn't run the syntax, look at the syntax on the README file, say more README file, and it tells you the syntax here. NPX is not NPM. NPX, and then the name of the package, and then the name of the folder and the loop. The loop could be -1 indefinitely, or 20 for default, or you put the default numbers or something. So instead of the command that I did with npm, npx is to execute it. So just npm is to install it, and not package manager. Npx is to execute it. But still, that doesn't work. Let's see why. So I'm going to see more read.md. npx for fireworks, and then npx fireworks, and then bash everything. Should work. Like this is the syntax. Okay, fireworks is that name. So fireplace is there, npx fireworks, and fireworks minus one. What is the error? Loader internal module ctx. Somehow the package got corrupted or something. It just says could not determine Node.js install directory. Oh, because earlier I was on the Go, I unloaded there. So I'm going to reinstall the winget package there. So I say winget install OpenJS.NodeJS. That's going to reinstall it. And now available, found this one, no package version available. Let's say Node.js. All right, so I'm going to delete the Node.js there. When get Node.js modules, yeah, cd to dot dot cd dot dot and cd dot dot. Now I'm here. Say when get uninstall Node.js. Okay, so we uninstall this package Node.js here. Then we install it, and then let's see if we get that package with modules correctly there. Okay, now it says successfully installed. So in order to do this one now, you say directory here, and directory sort and last access time, you can see Node.js directory got installed here. So now I say Node.js, and then this is clean now. We don't have the package fireworks yet, right? So inside this node underscore modules, I don't have the, I do have fireworks already, but let's see if that one works here. npx, and then say fireworks, and then fireplace, and -1. And that is still not doing it the way it should do. So let's see, go to the fireworks. I'm gonna also uninstall that one. npm uninstall fireworks. npm dash dash health. Let's see. Oh, npm doesn't work. Okay, so that's why npm doesn't work at all. Dash dash version, it's working. No, the version is working, but it is just throwing out these errors. And that might be also related to the package itself. So I'm gonna uninstall npm and npx and reinstall them here also. When get uninstall npm, npm at latest. Uninstall, I missed the N. the uninstall. That's why you have to make sure that it's not a typo. So this time I did not have a typo, but I put a latest that doesn't work there. So now uninstall npm and then npx and also Node.js. Okay, so I'm gonna say do this one. Okay. When get install Node.js and then also npm and then npx is also coming with it. Let me go back to the documentation here for npx. Okay, OpenJS, Node.js. That's the two package and npm, OpenJS and Node.js. So clear screen when get install OpenJS.NodeJS. This is the name of the package. If you don't have the name of package, it's gonna give you a hard time like it did to me. You have to go on the Node.js.org website and search for the name. Unfortunately, you have no control over developers. Each time they come out with a different weird name, they could just choose whatever they want, and then you're at their mercy to find out. It's not just Node.js, it's Java, Go, Python, anything. Most of the time, they want to just follow the guidance for our other developers could have an easy time, but sometimes they don't. So when get, not when get, I'm gonna say when get search OpenJS.NodeJS. You see, it is already there. So if I do a list of them, and then that should list it. And then if I say, show me the details of that one, it will give it the version. So clear screen, say node dash dash version, it will tell me if node is installed, npm dash dash version, if npm now it's working, npx dash dash version, it is working. So now I go to programs, program files, and directory of cd to node.js. This directory now is clean. So cd to node underscore modules. Notice how many other directory were there. So if I say npm, and then at this time, I'm going to use npx fireworks. That's the 0 rather than O. Works the name of the package, and the fire works the name of the directory, and -1 is the limit. Now you can see fireworks works as you expected there. Because I put a -1, it is going to be indefinite on this screen here. So if I just go out on this other screen, I go to my directory of cprom, and I say cd to program files, and then go to that directory, and then cd to node.js. Notice that inside the node packager, you have a lot of other stuff here, right? Before, when the installation was not completed, it was not there. So now I have this one under node modules. The fireworks is the module. Fireworks is there, and inside that module I have fireplace and fireworks. So we're running on this screen fireworks indefinite. Here, if I want to run the other command fireplace, I could say npx fireworks, the name of the package, and then followed by the name of the directory, fireworks, and then -1. This also go in indefinitely for the fireworks. So notice this one control C out of it. I did the fireworks there. I'm going to do fireplace here, and then that would just run into cozy fireplace for you. And if you change the background to a black colors on dark on this one, it looks nicer, right? So depending on what prompt you have, you could just right click here and then go to preferences and change it and that one, but I'm not going to do that one at this time. It's just not needed. And then if you just are done with this one, you could Control C out of it and say, instead of -1, run it twice, let's say 2. And then it's going to run for a little bit and it is going to exit out at some point after 2 seconds or maybe longer. The duration of it is that 2 times 1,000 seconds or something. I don't know the exact one, but here you could say if you just run it, the default one, this will just run for 20 rounds, and then eventually it's gonna go. Here you see that one, the -2 and the 2 option, it just already exit out. So that's how you know that thing. And so I showed you that one, and I showed you Go language. Let's see now on the Python. I mean on the Ubuntu, Linux Ubuntu. So I'm gonna go on Linux Ubuntu and show you, looking at the time, and I wanted to make sure that I can finish it. So here I showed you, I didn't show you Go language, right? So I say app, and let me close this one, cancel this one, and then apt. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, somehow it is still something running on the background. It does not allow me to type in command. Okay, this setting is quit all windows. Some setting is running some graphics and stuff running there. I need to run that many background processes, and that's causing slowdown. So here I'm going to cd to this clear screen and say which Python, and then which Python 3 is there. So instead of typing Python 3 here, that I could run the command and say print hello from Python 3 or something like that. You could just do as easy as that and then close it and just do that one. Then I could say import OS and then say os.system, and I could say give me the cat -n etc os-release, and that will give you os-release. And cat, I mean os-release, or you could just say give me a calendar command or something, it will just give you that. Any command you do it, like user information, you could say echo $cat, and then that will just give you the path. If you say, show me the environment of my system in env, and then you will get the environments. So I'm going to exit out of Python. I will go about Node.js. So I say which node, and I have already installed Node. In order to install it, you could also do it, and you could say apt list node, and it's going to show you that the node is there. Apt info node, that is the unable to locate the node. Okay, so you could say it might be Node.js, apt list Node.js. So yeah, the package is Node.js, and then you can see that the other one was OpenJS.NodeJS. That's why I said you can never get the list of command, but your package manager has this functionality. So you could say search for everything that starts with a node, and then you can grep out with the -i for node itself, and then you could see grep is global regular expression minus I is it searches anything that you're looking for right there. So if I say echo $path, and then now the path is there, notice the grep -i Go language is not there. So in order for me to install it, I have to say get end password Wahid, and then I'm using bash. Echo $shell is going to tell me that I'm running bash. And PS is also telling me my default shell is a bash. That's the process ID of 2101. 221101. So if I just change to Corn shell or C shell, which C shell is not installed or installed, you can change the shell here. Echo $sign. Now I'm on C shell. PS is my C shell. If I exit out here, now I'm back on bash. So PS here again and C shell exit out. So depending on the shell that you're using, you run different commands here. So apt install GoLang.Go. This will just try to do it, but it says, well, you don't have sudo access here, and then unable to require a lock file. So you put sudo in front of it, and then now it's going to prompt you for the password of the sudo. You type in, and then it's going to just go apt and get it. And say GoLang.Go, there's no such language. So I'm going to say sudo here, switch user dash, and then say apt update. You run your apt update first, because on the GUI, if it doesn't finish, you don't see it because you got out. Now I could say apt list dash upgradable. And then those are the list of upgradable. I don't need to upgrade. I could say apt update. This time I'm going to get it up to date. And after that one, I'm going to search, say apt search for GoLang.Go. And you can see a lot of the packages are now found as GoLang.org. And Go. So I'm going to say apt install GoLang.Go. And that's going to find it or not. So the name might be a little bit different. GoLang.Go. Let's check on the documentation here for GoLang. Which one of them is apt install Node.js? Okay. Installing Go on Linux is name of the package is apt install GoLang-Go. Let me make this one bigger. So the syntax is apt-go, not .go. GoLang.Go, -go. So that is another kind of naming mechanism that there's a DNF provides command and apt find commands that you could do, but actually you could just do it right here with the right name. So I'm going to say clear screen here, apt install GoLang-Go. And the GoLang-Go, notice it found it, right? And then I could say, no, don't install it. So this one, if I search for it, say search, notice that it's finding a lot of them. And then I could have done a grep for it, GoLang and then a lot of them, there's no .go. How you know that it was not .go? You could say search on this one and then say grep -I GoLang.Go, which I typed it as an error. It's not gonna find the list. It's all -go. So -go. The dot in this case is just you have to skip it and it will not find it. The dash is translated to from a dot to a dash, so that's kind of odd. But you can say, okay, now I have this one. I'm going to install it. Which Go is not there. I'm going to say app install GoLang and dash go. And this will install it, and this time say a yes. I could have said -y, it will do it. And now GoLang and gets installed under root directory because I did not use sudo. That's the difference. So as the path will be added on the root/go and /bin, which is your choice. You can do it. I'm going to install it after it installs so you understand how to install it also. On Windows, since we did also the boot dev, there's also an option for boot dev path that I told you that I will install, which package is that one? Yeah, curl. This one is for Debian source code of that. One of these ones, and let me see. Pass one git install. I think this is the boot dev. Yeah, for the boot dev, I already ran this go install github.com. Like I said, I'm not gonna use it, but I have already done it. So if I say on this directory, let's say go here and say git dash command boot and .dev and boot dash. I need that documentation again. The name is boot dev dash version, boot dev, and boot help, boot login. So boot dash dev, boot dev is the name. So this one is actually the command line that we downloaded, installed it with that package, when git and then the path. And then once it's installed, you can say boot dev and then any of the command. For example, if you want to get help on it or upgrade it or log in this case, I'm going to just run the boot dev login. Since I have already opened a web browser, notice it shows me login is successful because originally I created my account on boot.dev/CLI and then login. And then once you are successful here, you just are coming on the command line again here, it will tell you that please navigate to boot.dev command line login. Login is successful. So since our login is successful, now the browser is going to give me an option for authentication and install the boot.dev command line, run boot dev and this, and practice it and start doing things that I want to do. So this is as far as much as I want to explain on the boot.dev because I'm not going to continue on my own terminal with this. I have a lot of stuff that I have already done it on these ones, and I'm going to continue that route. I don't want to switch gear, but you might, you never know. So MyWebUniversity.com, it's there. So now you can come back here and then on the Linux part, this is installed. So if I say which and go, it is there. So you could say, Wahid, now if I want to program in Go, Go version is showing you the version, which Go is going to tell you file user bin Go is there. But notice on this one ID-UN, and then if I say get in password and $sign ID-UN, it's going to show me for root get in password ID-UN. Why didn't work? Oh, password is 2S. That's why. A typo always get me because of my keyboard. Sorry about that. So now it shows that it's bin bash and they're there. So if I go on my root directory here and then do ls -l, and notice here I don't have anything under what Go language, right? So if I say, okay, where did Go got installed, which Go is there, where is Go? You can see that the path to Go, manual pages, man Go, it will give you all the manual pages. And so at the same time, man FMT for format, you could do it man. Go and dash build, you could get that one. So if you say go version, go run something, you have to have a go source code, right? So you could do that one, and then at the same time echo $ path. You could see that is snap and other ones, and there's no version of this. So I'm gonna exit out of this one, and become myself here, and then I'm gonna see .bash rc got modified. No, it has not changed it because it does not know where which Go is already installed on the user bin. So I could write a program on Go and do everything that I want to do. And at the same time, if you're just using a kind of browser here, you can just go to MyWebUniversity.com and get some of the documentation from their site. So remember, I was telling you, you could type in MyWebUniversity.com and it will just take you to MyWebUniversity.com website. It should HTTPS .myWebUniversity.com. It already put forward now. Why is it not put forwarding it? HTTPS .myWebUniversity.com. On browsers or what? Oh, I'm using React, so the old browser does not support React on this one. That's a problem. But if you go on the Linux, I mean on the Chrome or Firefox or anything, like Microsoft Edge, and all of them were working. So MyWebUniversity.com automatically goes to that one. The direct path to Linux Ubuntu, you go to chapter 12 and you say, give me the go-build here. Documentation, go-build. And then you just read it, and inside here you could say, give me a documentation with this one that is related to the docs. So go HTTPS, and then GoLang.org, and then this, and I'm going to just go to the main page, and then under the docs, I'm going to say go to user menu, and then we did already installing it, and let's say get it started. You want to just go to the first example here, and then now you could just say make a directory on your path and hello.go. So and then go mod init, and then hello, and then we write this program. Okay, package main, and then import format and function main, and then format.println. Let's see if we could just memorize all of that one there. For every language, you are not going to memorize it, but it is sometimes the computer science is easy. You could do it there. So say, okay, and here I'm going to say make a directory and say programs. So go to programs, and then right here, and say go mod init, and then hello.go. So now I am creating new hello go.mod. Now see file go.mod. This type is a ASCII text, right? Cat go.mod. It's basically, it's telling you as a module. Hello.go is your program. The version you're using this. So Go version is still telling you the version that you installed for Go, which is the same thing as your module. But here now you say vim, write hello.go program, and then here you could say /user bin env, and then go. That will run your executable there. And then here you could say package main, and then say after that one you could just say import format, and then say a function main, and then start the brace, and then say format dot print line. Notice the print is uppercase P, and then you say hello world from Linux, Ubuntu, and Go language. So you do this one and then close it, and then close your brace here, and now you have done the program. So if I just clear a screen, say path -n hello.go, we just coded there 10 lines of code. Now we say go run hello.go, and it just says I did not understand the first line. So like in Python, you do this one. In other programming language, Go does not require this shebang things, because you're compiling it and then it's not going to run as an interpreter. So that is understandable. You just do this one and now you get the program compiled if it has no typo. So why is it taking that long? Hello world from Linux, Ubuntu, it just did, right? So now the program is there, but it does not generate the executable. The reason is that you need to do go build rather than this. So now I'm going to say hello.go, and it's going to just create a build called hello.exec, or hello, in this case Linux. File hello, it's executable link format, 64 bits. So now you say hello, it will just do the same thing. If you change the code for hello.go, and then you say add another print line here and say please don't forget to subscribe and like our videos. So like subscribe to our channel and like our videos. So this is some text that we added here. If I just say here, run the hello executable, it's not going to say the second sentence. But if I say go run hello.go, because it is running as an interpreter, it reads each line and execute both of them. In order for you to see both of them on the executable, notice the hello program is timestamp of that timestamp 0013. Now at the 015, right? So 15 minutes passed. So now I'm going to say, go ahead, just do go build, and then hello.go. Now I'm going to get a new one, hello, which is after 13. So either 15 or 16, depending on the time. So that's 16. Now I run that one, you can see that one is going to say the two messages there. Okay, so similarly on Node.js, which Node.js, I already installed it. So I'm gonna try to go to a Node.js and then say Node.js -- version. You can see it, Node npm -- version, and sorry, npm -- version. Maybe it's not installed, so I say app install npm, and then you require sudo, so you just put sudo in front of it, and that will do it. And then you just type in the password. Okay, so now say yes, and the options npm is going to install. Once this one is installed, and now you can use Node package managers. Notice it's a little bit bigger than usual, takes 1% and so on, 3%. So please make sure you subscribe to our channel and like our channels and and share it with your loved ones. And there's a lot of technical documentations since 1969. Everybody that contributed on open source community on GNU and all these other freeware and software, whether it was Linux or MySQL or some kind of Python or C, C++, any of the codes that were not free, obviously, proprietary software, there's no documentation on it. But you could still get like partial documentation because Microsoft made it open source. And partial nowadays is coming also on Linux. It's integrated, and watch my other video. I teach you a lot of PowerShell as well as Python, a lot of data structure, a lot of coding, scripting and everything. So this is 20% done. I'm going to just leave it here and then introduce you the channel here. So if you go on the English videos, I told you that I have a lot of stuff. You can search for them all, SQL, everything. You can also go on the playlist, and then I have it by operating system, whether it's Linux Ubuntu or Oracle virtualization or Sun Solaris or Windows operating system, or the direct path to Python programming, the direct path to MySQL, C++, Ubuntu, and shell scripting. So a lot of them are by videos that you can see by playlist, as well as the stuff here. You can also search on Google. So if you go on google.com, you say, show me PS3 command on what PDF format. So like if you just see something like that, then it is going to give you technical documentation in many places. And then one of them is MyWebUniversity.com. It will right here. The second one, or yeah, the first one is an overview of AI. The second one, it shows up MyWebUniversity.com. And you click on it, I provide you the whole PDF and Rocky Linux there. How easy it is, how nice it is. And if you just search for like, let's say Python at a YouTube channel at MyWebUniversity, there you could just get all my YouTube channels. And then here AI is telling you how cool it is how useful these are. And then hundreds of them are also already in Google's. So you can do it. If you just say Python NumPy at MyWebUniversity, then you could see the Python NumPy modules related to NumPy. I have at least 6 or 7 of them or more. There's a lot of shorts that I have there. So you're welcome to watch it and learn it. And then if you just say, this is cool. You could also on Google, you could search for certain things by site name or just, if you just type in like this, in just general, you could do for everybody, Python, NumPy. But if you want to specifically find it under site, MyWebUniversity.com, then you just have to type in that one. And then that would search it. Somehow it is not finding by site. You could just say, don't type in, and it will search it there. So sometimes like certain things, like if you say Python and site is there. You can do a lot of query on Python on Google for site or from and after, before, all of those ones are searchable there. But again, it's AI also option is there. You could do the more details on it, and then you're welcome to do that one. So this one is installation is done. If I say which Go, you can see here, I'm sorry, which npm is installed. And man npm, it gives you the node package managers here, the documentation. And if you're on my site here, on the MyWebUniversity.com, you can go here and type in npm on the chapter 12, it will also give you a technical documentation. So you don't have to be sitting on a Linux or Windows machine to get these commands available for you. Since I have it, I just generate you on PDF format here. But this one is just an empty page because maybe on the Linux Ubuntu, it does not have that npm. Yeah, it does have it. Not sure why it did not generate it. Man npm, man npx. Okay. Install. I want to make sure that it is install. So I'll look into that one to see why it is not finding on that one. But let's see, npx. I think they're all under the same. The reason is, the reason is just empty because the ls minus l user share man question mark. All of these packages, let's see how many are there available. Word count and then 8,444. This so direct minus I npm. So there's a lot of npm there. That's why npm .1 is supposed to just generate it there. npm .1. And this one will not show for some reason. Yeah, we'll go to the main page. I'll check on that one to see what's going on. Yeah, it's like as if that page is not found. So when that page is not found, I redirect it back to the main page that way. But there's hundreds of thousands of technical documentation on these. So if you go on the Red Hat, for example, here,